What's up, everybody? Welcome once again to Them Nerds. Happy Friday. Today, instead of Fantasy Friday, we're going to stay in reality because there's so much cool stuff going on. We're going to bring you a little bit of a news roundup today on our Friday show. Lots of things happening in the world of Marvel, the world of DC, and a few other cool properties that we'll talk about in just a few minutes. Jerry, kick us off, man. What's going on? Speaking of Marvel, what's going on with Miss Marvel?
Miss Marvel has started production. They are now currently filming. This is the series that goes along with Kamala Khan. She's taking over the mantle of Miss Marvel. There's also casting going along with it that Matt Lintz, who is formerly from The Walking Dead, the last time you saw him, his head was on a spike, is going to be playing the love interest on that show.
Very interesting. Some set photos have been leaked also from Miss Marvel. Which you will see on screen somewhere, depending on where I tend to put them in post-production. They're pretty cool shots. It looks like she's going to be wearing the costume of Miss Marvel before she takes on her own kind of iconic look that we all know and love now. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good.
It's going to be a great show. Speaking of Marvel, let's move on to someone who a lot of us are clamoring to see under the Disney banner, even though he doesn't really fit the Disney bill, and that's Deadpool. It looks like we are moving forward with a Deadpool 3. They've already gotten their writers, Wendy Molyneux and Lizzie Molyneux-Laughlin, who are writers of The Great North and what else did they write? Bob's Burgers.
Bob's Burger, yeah, they won an Emmy for it.
Won an Emmy for it. For writing a show about hamburgers. It's a great show. I love Bob's Burgers. So it remains to be seen how R-rated Disney is going to let it get, but I think that's kind of where his bread is buttered. So that's probably going to they're going to have to go a little bit outside of their comfort zone with that one.
Yeah, I've actually heard some rumors this week that they were saying that there is a chance that the timeline for this Deadpool movie takes place during Endgame.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean, think of all the jokes he can make.
I think it would be absolutely hilarious if a portal opened up, but just in the wrong spot.
Yeah. He just walks through what is all this?
It's all over. He just runs up into the empty field. I'm here. He just out of breath.
I'm here to help. That's awesome. One of the funniest characters that we've seen on screen lately. But another funny character and one that we're going to be hearing some news about from my buddy Jerry over there is Ant-Man. What's going on with old Scott Lang?
They announced that Ant-Man, well, I don't know if they really announced it, but some of the actors on that will be in the film have announced that they will start filming in 2021, the early part of it. So, hopefully with movies starting to kick back into play, maybe in the mid 2021 area, we might catch the timeline up so that we can actually see this movie within the next 5 or 10 years.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. This is the first year, with the exception of New Mutants, this is the first year we're not getting any Marvel, films in theaters, and no MCU for sure.
And even the thing I think is even more odd is a lot of these movies are done. So when are we going to get a trailer at least? Just give us something.
Yeah. Give us a little scraps. We just need a little bit.
Also, at the same time, speaking of trailers and everything else, The Eternals has finished all of its reshoots. So I'm guessing that means that they're not far from that movie being completely done and ready to be put in the can. So hopefully we can get some kind of trailer for that coming up too.
Yeah, to me, that's one of the biggest question marks because it's a property that, it's not one of those well-known properties. And I think that if they really want people to buy into this, they need to start leaking a little bit of stuff here and there.
Yeah.
Show, do a quick character profile to tell us about who these characters are. Do a little featurette where you have maybe 2 minutes of footage that you show on Disney Plus just to, keep people interested.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And speaking of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one of the next pieces that we're going to get our eyes on is WandaVision. We have hypothesized about this in a previous show. Jerry, my favorite psychic, he came up with this idea that, and I think it's, it makes sense. We may see Ultron and Thanos in WandaVision, and word on the street is that this is rumored to be what's happening. When we were just talking about this before we started recording today, what do you think it's going to be? Is it going to be flashbacks, or are we actually going to, have them appear in this, maybe not real world that she's in? How do you see it playing out on screen, man?
I don't know. I think with also the rumors of Quicksilver being involved, also, I'm guessing that these are going to be some very simple, similar to how Jessica Jones had the Probe Man. This is just an antagonist that is just going to be causing. I'm guessing maybe Agatha Harkness uses her powers to go ahead and mess with her mind, so that she's tormenting her with these characters who have caused her such great pain throughout, her life within the MCU.
Yes, yeah, and I think Wanda has become. I mean, obviously she's a great character in the comics, but she's become one of my favorite characters in the MCU as well. There's been a lot of talk about having like an all-female film, and I think they probably have enough really high-quality female characters to make it happen, especially if she was one of the main ones.
Exactly.
Speaking of female characters, one of my favorite female characters who was gone far too soon from the MCU is Lady Sif, right?
Yep.
What's happening with her?
Supposedly she's on her way down to Atlanta, and right now they are filming the Loki series in Atlanta. So there is theories and rumors going on that she will be finally reprising her role as Lady Sif on the set of Loki.
Can't wait.
Which, I mean, it kind of makes sense, because I always felt like when you did see the dynamics of Lady Sif and Loki together on screen, there always seemed like there was something underlining there. So maybe there is some backstory.
We'll learn more about it.
Yeah.
I hope. All right. So that sort of wraps up our little Marvel corner for the day. Moving on to the competition, DC. News about one of my favorite shows, Black Lightning. It's getting canceled. After the upcoming 4th season, which is set to air in, I believe, spring of next year, they're calling it a day. Can't wait to see what they. You know what? It's almost dark time.
That's right. It's almost dark time.
I really like this show, and I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it ending. The whole Arrowverse, it got built up really, really strong, and then it seems like they're just kind of like picking away piece by piece. First, we lost Arrow, which I think was natural. It was the longest running show. It was the show that started all of this. That's why it's called the Arrowverse. And I think it was natural for that show to end. Supergirl, it kind of had a natural stopping point, just because they kind of spun it off into Superman and Lois, that show that's going to be coming on soon. I don't know about Black Lightning, though. Maybe there's something in the 4th season that's going to make it make more sense to me, but it was a very well-liked show. We were just talking about the Rotten Tomatoes rankings for it. People seem to really enjoy it. I enjoy it. The only thing I can think of is they want to move forward with the younger cast members, maybe in a different capacity. Because I know Painkiller, they've been talking about giving Painkiller his own series. His daughters could have their own series. There's the shape-shifting girlfriend that's in there too. There's a lot of younger characters. So I don't know. Maybe it's all just a racist conspiracy.
Might just be CW only has room for one African-American show at a time.
Yeah. They said, listen, Batwoman is black now.
Yeah,
you got to go.
Yeah.
I don't know. It also, I mean, you never know with these things. It could be that, Cress Williams, who plays Black Lightning, he could have said, thanks for the opportunity, guys. I think I'm going to be done. And rather than keeping the show going without him, maybe they're just going to stop the show and do a different show.
Yeah, and I think there's nothing wrong with the idea of a show ending at a high point. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a lot of shows out there. Schitt's Creek, which is one of my favorite comedy shows ever written, they went out on a high. This was not the year for them to go out. They won pretty much every award that was out there. Right. But they were like, we're never going to be able to be better than this year right now, so we're done. Right. And so there's nothing wrong with the show doing that and being able to still be fan favorites. And because they're fan favorites, maybe there's crossovers or big, events where a character or two from different shows or from that show up on a different show. And that's the way you keep it going also.
I really like the idea of a Painkiller spinoff. You know, when the character Khalil, who becomes Painkiller, when he first debuted on the show, he was kind of like, you know, whatever. He's like a milquetoast kind of character. But then, like, as he started taking on this mantle where he was like this trained assassin or whatever, like, dude's a badass. He could totally have his own show. And some of the fight scenes that he had, you know, were top notch. I actually really like the idea of him going off and like, you know, stalking and hunting the people that are responsible for all of his misdeeds. And I think that would fit really well into, you know, kind of an updated sort of Arrowverse landscape. I don't know if we can call it the Arrowverse anymore because Arrow is gone and the Green Arrow and the Canaries show is kind of in limbo.
Yeah.
I guess it's the Flashverse for now.
It's just a whole channel full of speedsters.
Hear me out. The next villain, hear me out. A speedster. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the next season.
Alert, it's already the Flash.
Yeah, spoilers. Flash from a different timeline. I'm looking forward to the final season of Black Lightning. I'll probably enjoy it even more knowing it's going to be the last season, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more information on why it's the last season. Keeping with DC, moving from the small screen to the big screen. Actually, not necessarily. Yeah, from the small screen to the big screen, back to the small screen. Tell us what's going on with Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman has been announced to be debuting on HBO Max on December 25th. This is a movie we've been waiting for a year for. It's had multiple changes, and DC had decided that because of the pandemic, and then they're unsure of when it will be safe for theaters to be operational, that they thought that they're obviously building on this idea of HBO Max being the new DC hub. So they are trying to figure out a way to booster subscribers because right now they're running third behind Netflix and Disney Plus. So they thought a big debut of a big movie that should have went out in the theaters, but instead it'll be debuting on December 25th on our screens. It's really, a word of advice would be put a 7-day trial in on somewhere on the 21st.
That's right. Get those 7-day trials running.
Yep.
Right on. I'm excited to see it. That's one of those movies where, like, I don't know that I could drag myself to the theater necessarily to watch it, even though the first Wonder Woman was really good. Like, going to the theater is such an ordeal sometimes. And, like, I like the idea that I'm going to be able to just watch it on a TV. I don't know. I'm like a homebody, so I you know, I like these things.
I like the theater.
I know. I like popcorn. That's pretty much and a gigantic soda. That costs $47. All right. That's our comic book news, comic book movie news, and TV news for the day. We got a couple other things, though. Just some quick little tidbits. The Predator. They've announced that there is going to be a new Predator film developed by Dan Trachtenberg, who is the director of 10 Cloverfield Lane, which was a great thriller with, what's his name? John Goodman. Yeah, I wanted to call him Dan. This is his character on Roseanne. Which, you know, they haven't released any details. Some people.
What if the Predator ripped off his mask and it was Roseanne Barr?
Legit. Totally believe it. There's been some rumblings, though, that it's going to be like a whole a reboot where it's you know, just because they've tried all these different things with Predator over the years, and they're talking about just making it a fresh reboot, maybe with a different setting instead of a jungle, maybe taking it over to like Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere like that, to update it for modern audiences, which who knows, could be good, could be garbage. That's kind of the coin you flip with reboots and remakes. And
it's the reboot that nobody was asking for.
Right. You didn't ask for it. You didn't want it, but we're giving it to you anyway. And one last piece of news. This is an exciting one for me because I love Stranger Things. Season 4 of Stranger Things has cast Robert Englund in a major role. Robert Englund, you may know, is Freddy freaking Krueger. So I'm so excited about that. I love Stranger Things. In fact, this news has sparked a desire to go back and rewatch the whole doggone thing, which I think I'm going to start here pretty quick.
I'm willing to put money on the idea he will say something about seeing them in their dreams.
Oh yeah. Or like there's like, you know, an alternate dimension like the Upside Down or whatever, and he's like, it's almost like there's something evil in your dreams. Oh, well. Anyway, unless I'm missing something, that is our news roundup for the day.
No, I think we hit it all.
We hit all of it.
Yeah.
Just
Didn't leave anything out there.
Didn't leave a single
All on the field.
Yeah. We left it all on the field. Oh my God. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. We will see you on Tuesday, if not before. Follow us on social media at We Them Nerds on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Be good. Be good to each other.
Now
Bye.
you can tell me what milquetoast is.
Yeah, I will. Bye.
Bye.